Good morning, and welcome to the show for Monday, June 15, 2026.
We are so glad you are starting your week with us.
If you are stepping out in Parker, Colorado this morning, it is currently 47 degrees and clear skies, with a high of 78 expected later today and a low tonight back down to 47.
Sounds like absolutely perfect weather to grab a coffee and catch up on the news.
We have a massive show today, featuring a historic upset on the White House lawn, Elon Musk crossing a major financial milestone, and unprecedented government intervention in the AI space.
It is definitely a heavy news day, so let us dive right in.
Alright, let's talk US news, starting with an event that had the whole country watching over the weekend.
You are talking about UFC Freedom 250, right?
Exactly, and what a spectacle it was. Justin Gaethje shocked the world by defeating Ilia Topuria in what is already being called the ultimate US upset.
And they did this right on the White House lawn. What does a venue like that mean for the sport?
It elevates it to a completely different cultural level. Hosting a high-profile championship fight at the White House is unprecedented for mixed martial arts.
That is huge. And Gaethje winning really shakes things up, doesn't it?
It completely alters the lightweight championship landscape. Topuria was heavily favored, but Gaethje's striking was just on another level Saturday night.
Wow, what a moment for him. Speaking of championships, we also had the Stanley Cup Finals wrap up.
We did, and the Carolina Hurricanes are officially your NHL champions. They used an absolutely stifling defense to secure the cup.
Defense really does win championships. It is a cliché, but they proved it.
They really did. The Hurricanes completely neutralized their opponents' top scorers throughout the playoffs.
That kind of dominant defensive performance really solidifies their strategy as a championship-caliber formula for years to come.
Absolutely. Moving over to the world of Formula One, there is a lot of emotion over at Ferrari today.
I saw this. Lewis Hamilton finally got his first win with the team, right?
He did, and the chairman of Ferrari released a deeply emotional statement celebrating the milestone.
That is so significant. Hamilton's move to the Italian racing stable was incredibly high-profile and carried so much pressure.
Exactly. This victory really validates that massive career move for him and brings a huge sigh of relief to the Ferrari garage.
It is great to see him back on top of the podium. But we do have some tragic news from the entertainment world today.
Yes, we do. U.S. singer Oliver Tree was among 6 people tragically killed in a helicopter crash in Brazil over the weekend.
That is just heartbreaking. The sudden loss has completely shocked the music industry.
It really has. We are already seeing widespread tributes pouring in from fans and his peers across social media.
He had such a unique artistic vision. Our thoughts are definitely with the families of everyone involved in that crash.
Absolutely. In lighter entertainment news, Steven Spielberg is proving he still owns the box office.
His new film, Disclosure Day, just took the weekend crown, didn't it?
It sure did. The movie topped the charts with incredibly strong ticket sales across the country.
What does that mean for theaters? We are always hearing about the struggles of the box office.
It reaffirms Spielberg's enduring commercial appeal and his unique drawing power. When he makes a blockbuster, people still want to see it on the big screen.
Right, you just cannot replicate that theatrical experience at home.
Speaking of things you have to see to believe, the New York Knicks are NBA champions.
I still cannot believe it. Their first championship in 53 years.
The drought is finally over. Rolling Stone captured some amazing reactions from prominent celebrity fans who have been waiting decades for this.
The footage of the celebrations outside Madison Square Garden was absolutely wild.
This historic victory marks a major milestone for the franchise and its incredibly dedicated, and very patient, fan base.
Next up, let's shift our focus to the global stage.
Alright, let's talk global news. OpenAI has released a concerning new report regarding foreign interference.
This is about state-aligned influence operations, right?
Yes. OpenAI reported that operations linked to the People's Republic of China are actively targeting public debates on AI policy right here in the United States.
Wow. What does that mean for us as we try to figure out AI regulation?
It highlights the growing geopolitical tension surrounding the governance of artificial general intelligence. Foreign actors are actively trying to sway our domestic policies.
That is deeply concerning. It shows how critical AI dominance has become on the world stage.
In other major geopolitical news, we have a massive development in the Middle East. A US-Iran framework peace deal has just been announced.
That is huge. And the markets reacted immediately, didn't they?
They did. Global oil prices tumbled over 5%, and stock markets rallied hard on the news.
The agreement reopens the Strait of Hormuz, right? That shipping route is so critical.
Exactly. Reopening that route has significantly alleviated global economic inflation fears overnight.
It is amazing how one diplomatic breakthrough can instantly ease the pressure on the global economy.
Back to the tech side of global news, OpenAI is also making moves in Europe.
They just announced their support for the European Union's Code of Practice on transparency of AI-generated content.
That is right. This commitment aligns with ongoing efforts to establish a trustworthy AI ecosystem across the EU.
Providing users with clear context regarding synthetic media is so important right now.
It really is. And speaking of European security, Dutch authorities just pulled off a massive cyber bust.
I read about this. They seized 800 servers and arrested 2 hosting company owners in the Netherlands.
Yes, these servers were actively being used by Russia to launch cyber attacks and disinformation campaigns.
That is a massive disruption. Taking down that much infrastructure must be a huge blow to their operations.
It is. It dismantles a major technical hub supporting state-sponsored cyber warfare within the European Union.
Now, let's take a quick look at some updates out of India.
Over in India, a special investigation team has been formed to look into the Ayodhya Ram Temple donation row.
This is regarding alleged financial irregularities with the temple's funds, correct?
Yes. The SIT probe aims to restore transparency and address public concerns over how these high-profile religious funds are being managed.
Right, when public donations are involved on that scale, transparency is absolutely critical.
Meanwhile, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu is in Singapore making some big economic moves.
He met with Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to discuss partnerships in semiconductors and AI.
Exactly. This collaboration could seriously accelerate technological manufacturing and research infrastructure in Andhra Pradesh.
That could be a game changer for the region's tech sector.
Finally, in India, the Supreme Court has stepped in regarding the new transgender law.
They stayed the proceedings across 4 different high courts, right?
They did. The Supreme Court is centralizing the legal challenges to the Transgender Persons Amendment Act of 2026.
That makes sense. It prevents conflicting judicial rulings across different states while they review the new law.
Next up, let's dive into the money with finance and markets.
And we have to start with Elon Musk making history.
We do. Elon Musk has officially become the world's first trillionaire.
A trillionaire. That number is almost hard to comprehend. This happened because of the SpaceX IPO, right?
Yes. SpaceX had its historic stock market debut, and the shares absolutely soared, cementing his status and pushing his net worth over the $1 trillion mark.
What a massive milestone for the commercial space industry as a whole.
It is. And Cathie Wood's ARK Invest made sure they got a piece of the action.
They bought over $500 million worth of SpaceX shares on IPO day alone.
That is right. ARK liquidated several other portfolio holdings to fund this massive purchase, establishing a major public market position in the venture.
That is a huge bet on the future of space exploration.
But the SpaceX IPO also brings a very interesting crypto dynamic to the public markets.
You are talking about their Bitcoin reserve.
Exactly. SpaceX holds a $1.3 billion Bitcoin treasury reserve, which is now exposed to public market scrutiny.
What does that mean for investors who might be skeptical of crypto?
It means SpaceX's upcoming earnings cycles will serve as a major test. We will see how public market investors tolerate corporate cryptocurrency holdings, especially during market downturns.
That will definitely be something to watch closely. In other major market news, Fox is making a massive acquisition.
Fox has agreed to buy the streaming platform Roku in a $22 billion deal.
$22 billion. That is a massive consolidation in the entertainment industry.
It really is. It is designed to accelerate Fox's transition to digital media as traditional broadcasters continue to pivot toward streaming.
Roku has such a massive user base, so this gives Fox immediate dominance in the living room.
Shifting gears, we have a major story intersecting finance and national security regarding Anthropic.
This is about their new AI tools being suspended, right?
Yes. Anthropic suspended its newly released Claude Fable 5 AI model after U.S. authorities raised national security concerns.
Wow. The government stepped in to restrict foreign nationals from using the tool.
Exactly. It highlights the rapidly growing government oversight over highly powerful artificial intelligence systems.
That is a huge shift in how these companies are allowed to operate globally.
It is. Finally, in finance, Europol has struck a major blow against ransomware gangs.
They disrupted the Audi A6 cryptocurrency laundering service.
That is right. The service had washed over €336 million in illicit profits, so shutting it down seriously hurts the financial pipelines of global cybercrime syndicates.
Let's keep that tech momentum going and move into our final segment.
Alright, let's talk tech and AI. We just touched on Anthropic's suspension from a market perspective, but the security directive itself is unprecedented.
The US government specifically ordered Anthropic to suspend access to both Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for foreign nationals.
Yes. The Hacker News is reporting this as a landmark moment. The government is treating these frontier models almost like classified weapons technology.
What does that mean for us, and for the open internet?
It means the era of borderless AI releases might be over. This directive highlights extreme geopolitical tensions and regulatory scrutiny surrounding frontier artificial intelligence.
That is fascinating, and a little terrifying. Meanwhile, OpenAI is making its own infrastructure moves.
They are. OpenAI just announced the acquisition of a company called Ona.
This is to integrate Ona's secure cloud execution technology into the Codex ecosystem, right?
Exactly. It will allow OpenAI to offer highly secure, customer-controlled infrastructure for running complex, long-running software agents.
That makes sense. As AI agents get more autonomous, securing the environments they run in becomes critical.
Speaking of security, Palo Alto Networks has issued a very urgent warning this morning.
Is this about the Global Protect VPN flaw?
Yes. There is a critical authentication bypass vulnerability in their PAN-OS software, and it is under active exploitation.
So threat actors are actively leveraging this right now to gain unauthorized access to corporate networks?
They are. Immediate patching is absolutely required if your company uses this VPN software.
Good to know. And the cybersecurity news just keeps coming. What is this about a Linux backdoor?
A China-linked hacking group known as Velvet Ant successfully backdoored Linux login components to remain undetected inside target networks.
For how long?
For nearly a decade.
A decade? How does a backdoor stay hidden for 10 years?
It emphasizes the extreme difficulty of detecting low-level persistence mechanisms within critical infrastructure. They embedded themselves incredibly deep into the login software.
That is a massive failure of detection. IT teams are going to be scrambling today.
They definitely are, especially because today is also a record-breaking Patch Tuesday for Microsoft.
How many vulnerabilities are we talking about for June 2026?
Microsoft released software updates to patch nearly 200 security vulnerabilities across Windows operating systems.
200 bugs in one update? That is a massive workload for system administrators.
It is critical, too. Dozens of these bugs are rated critical, and several already have public exploit code available in the wild.
So update your machines immediately, folks.
We also have some drama unfolding in Washington regarding a major data leak.
This involves the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, right? CISA.
Yes. U.S. lawmakers are demanding answers from CISA after a contractor leaked highly privileged AWS GovCloud keys.
And they leaked them on a public GitHub repository? That is a catastrophic mistake.
It really is. The incident has triggered an absolute scramble to contain the breach and secure sensitive government cloud infrastructure.
You have to wonder how a contractor even had the ability to expose keys of that magnitude publicly.
That is exactly what lawmakers are trying to find out. Finally today, a quick update for the developers out there from JetBrains.
They just introduced a new model called MELLUM 2, right?
Yes. It is a 12 billion parameter mixture of experts model trained from scratch on natural language and code.
What makes it stand out from all the other coding models?
Efficiency. By activating only 2.5 billion parameters per token, it delivers highly efficient, low-latency inference specifically designed for developer workflows.
That sounds like a great tool for speeding up daily coding tasks.
It certainly does. And that wraps up our coverage for today. If there is a theme for today's show, it is that the lines between technology, national security, and the global economy are completely disappearing.
From the White House lawn to the servers in the Netherlands, it is all connected. Thanks for joining us this morning, everyone. Have a great Monday, and we will see you back here tomorrow.